Hey guys, hope you all have a phenomenal day. Ethan Bale here and welcome to another YouTube video. Now in this video what I'm going to do is teach you how to break down and analyze a Facebook ad account. Now if you are new here, my name's of course Ethan and I own Distinct. We work one-on-one with jewelry, skincare and fashion brands and apply consumer psychology and paid ads to grow them to 7 figures a year. And I also run growmypetbrand.com where we work one-on-one with direct-to-consumer pet brands and again combine consumer psychology and paid ads to scale them to 7 figures a year. Now if you do have any questions below, feel free to shoot a comment below and I will get back to you. And if you do find this video useful, please feel free to subscribe, like and turn on that notification bell. And without further ado, let's get into the video. First things first, you want to open your ad account. So you can see here, dummy ad account, very simple. Now, when you open this, everything's going to be everywhere. It's probably going to say performance, something here. Nothing is going to make sense. You want to make sure it's very well organized. So you literally want to go and customize preset. Make sure you've got your CPM, outbound click, cost per outbound click, outbound CTR, landing page view, cost per landing page view, content view, cost per content view, add to cart, cost per add to cart, initiate checkout, cost per initiate checkout, purchase conversion value, cost per purchase, AOV, amount spent, ROAS, and then at the end, frequency. That's all you need in the ad account. Very simple. Once you've done that, you want to go over to Google Sheets and you want to create a Google Sheet that basically copies all that information into here. Now, if your ad spend is 1,000 per day, you want to make sure you're tracking daily. If it's a couple of hundred a day, just track weekly. It doesn't really matter. It just depends on the amount spent. So just analyze the type of, the client you've got and then look at the data and then go, okay, is it worth doing weekly or is it worth doing daily? Now, doing it in the Google Sheet allows you to read the data a lot more effectively. You want to make sure you've got your date on the left here and then all your columns here. Blue is what we type in, white and yellow is automatically calculated, and then blue is what we put in, so it's all systemized. Now, this basically takes you all the way from them seeing the ad all the way to them buying. That's why it's a very effective way to track. If you are doing an ad account audit for a client, track the data of the last 3 days. Don't look at the data like for the past 3 or 4 years. It's going to be a mess. Just look past 30 days, past 90 days max. Otherwise, it's just going to get too complex because you know how quickly face policies change on a monthly basis, so it's not going to be effective, analysis. If it's just your client, then just obviously review this week here and then look back and okay, this week's better than last week because of this. Very simple. It also allows you to look back and see how far you've come because you can see here you may be spending 300 here a week and then you can be spending 1,700 here, for example. So it's very simple and obviously very effective. Now, so the yellow columns here, the drop-off rates. So outbound click landing page view drop-off rates, landing page view to content view drop-off rates, content view to add to cart drop-off rates, and then add to cart to purchase drop-off rates. See here, ROAS, amount spent, very similar to ad account. Now, when you're analyzing your ad account, first you can look at your ROAS. So you want to work out your break-even. So your break-even ROAS is 1 divided by gross profit margin. If your gross profit margin is 50%, it means your break-even is 2. So when I analyze that account, I look at the ROAS. Okay, is that above the break even? That's the first thing you look at. If the answer is yes, brilliant. For example, here it's 5. Brilliant. We're crushing it for this client. Let's increase the budget. Let's duplicate our ad sets. Let's vertical scale, horizontal scale, whatever. If it's here, for example, and it's below, and it's like 1.99, so it's below break even, you're going to go, okay, there's something going wrong here. We need to read the data. So the first things you'll look at. Your main issues tend to be your drop-off rates, depending on how established the client is. But let's just go from the beginning. So we go, okay, CPM is between 15 and 25, so we're okay. Our cost per outbound click is a little bit high here. Now, if your cost per click, outbound click is very high, see here, but you've got a high ROAS, it doesn't matter because Facebook just is telling you that your product is quite niche and to acquire your specific customer, you have to pay a little bit more, but it doesn't really matter because your ROAS is high. It doesn't work like, oh, if I decrease my cost per outbound click, I'm going to get a 10x ROAS. That's not how it works because Facebook is obviously machine learning algorithm, so it's looking for your specific customer and how much it's going to cost you to get that type of customer to click on your ad is going to cost you $7. Yes, you can test different ads, etc., but you'll find out the lower your cost per outbound click goes for a client just like this, the worse the ROAS will get, the less sales you'll get, and then you'll sit there, scratch your head thinking, what on earth's going on? So, here, for example, cost per outbound click, on average, for most brands, this is quite a niche-specific brand. For most brands, you want this to be between 80 cents to $1.50. Your outbound CTR, about 1.5% plus. Now, again, you want to look at sales and ROAS. If your sales and ROAS is bad, then you look at these metrics. So we can see straight away as well, our cost per landing page view is quite high. We're looking at our drop-off rate. So outbound click to landing page view, your drop-off rate wants to be no more than 20%. Now, 80% of traffic will progress from clicking the ad to the website. If it doesn't, it means your website's too slow and it needs speeding up. Very, very simple. Either that or it's not very well mobile optimized, your homepage doesn't make any sense, things like that. Now, your cost per content view always needs to be lower than your cost per outbound click. That tells you that your ad matches your product page matches your brand matches your website. Now, landing page view to content view drop-off rate. Now, you always want to make sure you've got more content views than landing page views, because that means people are clicking on your website and viewing products and showing interest. So this is always going to be a minus. If it isn't, your product pages need to be a little bit more, more your navigation aspect of your business need to be a bit more, optimized. Now, content view to add to cart drop rate. This is solely dependable on your product page. You see here, this number needs to be about 50% or less. So here's okay. On average, it's probably about 50%. So 50% of people will probably, add to cart review a specific product. Now, one thing to take a look at here is you can see our cost per add to cart here is $10. It shoots to $55.31. Yes, the drop-off rate, it does not relate to that, but you can see it 5x's straight away. That means there's a problem between add to cart to your initiate checkout stage. Now, this could be no clear navigation to the basket. This could just be there's no, they don't know if it's free shipping or not. They've got some question in their head that need answering, and that's where you just put it on the add to cart section. Now, purchase conversion value, just revenue generated. Average order value is just, purchase conversion value divided by purchases, and then you've got your CAC. Now, the beauty of this is if your AOV is really, really low, you're going to have to acquire a lot of customers to make a lot of money. If your AOV is quite high, you can get away with generating 25 customers a week and still make just under $9,000 a week. So increasing average order value is very, very important. I'll record a video on that at a later date. So you see the CAC here, $70. Now your CAC usually wants to be, again, depending on order value, average order value here, you can get away with a CAC like this because we know our numbers. Whereas if you don't know your numbers, a good CAC can be anywhere from $15, $25, $30, $35. It's very, very hard to work it out. The only number you need to know is your gross profit margin and your average order value. That will get you your CAC. Yes, you can factor in lifetime value and you can start looking, okay, we can spend a little bit more to acquire a customer lifetime. That's only if you have clear lifetime value numbers and you are, very established business and you know numbers off by heart. Now, add to cart to purchase drop off. This again, 50%. See here, 85%. That is quite high. That means there is a big problem between adding to cart and purchasing. So that whole initial checkout process needs looking at and optimizing. This is very, very common with a lot of, brands. It's a very common issue, but it's very, very simply fixed. And I'll record another video of it at a later date. But don't get paralysis by analysis, because you may get a lot of content views and not a lot of add to carts. Now that just means that you may be acquiring the wrong type of customer. Then you look at the cost per outbound click, things like that. So don't do everything numbers to the T. The main things you want to look at are ROAS, and that's more or less it, to be honest. Just look at the ROAS. Is it able to break even? Yes, cool, we're doing well. Let's start scaling. No, okay, right, let's look over here, front end, etc. Tracking in Google Sheets will allow you to read the data 10 times more effectively, especially when you calculate drop-offs like this. Yes, you can do that in the ad account. Easier to do it in the Google Sheet. So that's how to analyze an ad account. Very simple. Like I said, if it's your own client, do it on a weekly basis. If you're doing an audit, just do it on a last month or last 90 days period. So that is everything, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. We wrote down exactly how to analyze an ad account. So if you do weekly ad account calls with your clients, or you've been given analyst access to an ad account, you know exactly what to look for and how to read the data. Now, again, if you did find this video useful, helpful, any way, shape or form, please feel free to hit the subscribe button below, like button, and turn on post notifications. And if you do want me to run your ads, below this video will be a link titled Let Ethan Bailey Run My Ads. Feel free to click that link, schedule a quick call with me. We'll analyze your ad account and give you a full strategy on how you can scale that account to 7 figures a year.